to Soul Bridge Holistics. I'm Julie, and today we're going to be studying the chakra system. I have already created a video on how to ground yourself and what your aura is, and we know that the aura goes all the way around your body, around your left and right shoulders, under your feet, in front of you, behind you. It's like a big glass protective eggshell or a bubble that protects your energy to keep your energy separate from the energy that's outside of you. The next thing we learned was grounding. So grounding would be like visualizing from head to toe a big tree trunk that runs along your spine and goes down your body into the ground. And then we practiced sending roots into the ground and tugging on it to make sure it was secure, and actually grounding. We'll talk about running your energy another time. We'll also talk about the different bodies, the energy body, the physical body, the mental, the emotional bodies. But right now we're going to focus on just the chakra system. I'm going to be putting a diagram here so that you can follow along with me. There are 7 main chakras, and those go from the bottom up. If you were to study toddlers or early education, it would follow that. It also follows the color spectrum of the rainbow. So if you were to take a prism and shine light on that, break it into its colors, like if you see a rainbow, you'll notice that it also follows the same color spectrum, which painters know as Roy G. Biv. So starting with the bottom, ROYGBIV, it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So that's Roy G. Biv. Please practice that until you memorize it, and that you will understand that the rainbow, the color spectrum, always falls in that order. The energy always follows in that order. So it's going to be from coarser to finer as you move up the body. The coarsest vibration is going to be the red spectrum. So as far as our eyes can see and as far as our body utilizes, it'll go from infrared to ultraviolet. Bees can see those colors. Some animals see that color spectrum, but we're using from red to violet. So the first chakra is red. That is the base chakra. It represents everything you know of that's red: a stop sign, blood, an emergency, having violent emotions, survival. It is the survival chakra. It is the first chakra that is part of the system of creation of a body. So it starts with the blood and the bones and the basic makeup of the body. And babies, when they're first born, are in their first chakra. All they worry about is survival, staying warm, staying alive, eating, sleeping. So they stay in that first chakra. The next chakra up, so the base chakra is at the base of your spine. The next one up, which corresponds with the position of the ovaries, built between the base of the spine and the belly button. That will be the orange chakra, the second chakra, and that's interpersonal communication. You'll note that it's a healing color. It's used in hospitals a lot to calm people. It reminds you of orange juice, spring colors like spring sun. It looks like fall leaves, but it's actually going to be the color of interpersonal communication and reproduction. So that would be when the toddler grows up enough to begin interacting with others and say, oh, the world isn't just about me, there are others in the world also. That would be the second chakra. The third chakra, which is going to be in the pit of your gut, is yellow. When people are thinking too hard, processing too much worry, they actually get acid indigestion, they throw up yellow. There is an overload of yellow. So when I'm reading people's energy bodies and I can see too much yellow, or that chakra looks like it's too large, I can tell that that person's worried, or they've been under a lot of stress, or they're having some sort of a crisis and they're thinking too hard. I can see that in the energy body. That's the third chakra. The next one up will be the heart chakra, and that's going to be green. So far with Roy G. Bibb, we've done red, orange, yellow, and now green. This is like the halfway mark between the lower chakras and the higher chakras. So this is a very important segment into higher emotional bodies, because when you're looking at yellow, interpersonal communication is very, what I want to say, simplistic life communication and reproduction and sex energy. But when we're looking at the higher energy of love and abundance and creativity and safety and the feeling of being in a forest, the feeling of being part of creation, that's the green energy. That is the heart, love energy. The next one up will be the throat chakra. That is blue. You can see that this is now 3, 4, and the heart chakra 5. So that fifth chakra is blue. And now we're talking about the ability to communicate, not just feeling from the heart, but actually putting words to things. Words have power. Words have meaning. Words carry vibration. Every syllable and every vowel has power and carries vibration. So this is a higher use of energy to learn how to communicate and to interchange words with other people, for writing poetry, for writing songs. It is how we express ourselves in the human body. The next one up from red, orange, yellow, green, blue is going to be indigo. So you can see that dark purple, and this is used in a lot of religion because it's your connection from your body to what is in your higher thinking, higher mindedness. So here you're thinking about the world, you're connecting yourself to the world and the things outside of you, civic engagement, having a purpose. A lot of religions like to be community centered and be about helping other people, being humanitarian. That's the color purple. And then the last chakra at the top will be the crown chakra, which is violet. And from there it goes into silver and white, because it goes into the highest level of vibration, which they would call the violet light, or the violet flame. And when you're working with that energy, then you're working with the energy that's carried in your aura, the stuff that's outside your aura. You're looking at eternal, out of the body energy, that which connects all of creation and all of us to each other. That is actually where your strength is. And when a healer is pulling energy, they're pulling that highest vibration of energy down through themselves and down through their hands to do healing. When I do Reiki work, I am working with the highest intention and that highest vibration of energy. I'm not giving someone my own energy. I'm working as a channel or a pipeline, bringing that energy down through me, which actually heals me at the same time, down through my hands into that person that I'm healing. So that is the foundation of doing Reiki energy work. So those are the 7 chakras, and that is an introduction to how the chakras line up in your body. And we learned earlier that it was like a tree trunk, but you can also see this as like a train stations. So a train track with train stations on it. So do keep practicing visualizing those and telling yourself which ones those are. And later on we'll also be going into what purpose they serve, how awareness of those can help you, and how awareness of those is essential when you're healing other people, right? Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Thanks so much for joining me today.